Stan Gibilisco here. I would just like to show you a couple of speed tests, maybe even 3 or 4 of them. At least a couple of them, to show you the variation and the variability that you can get in internet connection speeds when you use speed tests. And I would like to start with the Broadband South Dakota government site. I live here in the Black Hills of South Dakota, so this is a proprietary site, or proprietary in the sense that it's intended for residents of South Dakota. I've set it all up, I've signed in, and so I'm going to begin the test. This is a 1080p video, by the way, so if you have a display that can render that kind of thing, then blow the video up to full screen and hit your YouTube control at the settings, the little gear down there that lets you get the maximum resolution. Then you'll enjoy exactly what I'm looking at. Now, this is almost 100 megabits per second here. That's the fastest download speed I've ever seen with this mid-continent communications connection. I got the highest speed that they have to offer. And to pay for it, I did away with my cable television. And I think it's worth it, especially this 21 megabits per second upload speed. That's a pretty consistent result across all kinds of different providers that I may try to upload to, particularly YouTube. And 98, well, you know, I guess they told me that this kind of speed is intended mainly for gamers. 18 milliseconds latency, that's typical. 2 milliseconds. Well, I don't do internet gaming, but I do a lot of uploads to YouTube, as you doubtless have noticed, if you subscribe to my channel at all. Now we're at the Megapath Speakeasy speed test site, and it gives you a choice of 8 different cities where you can test your speed to servers in those different cities. So let's try Los Angeles. Now the South Dakota speed test, keep in mind, is probably located somewhere in this state. Sioux Falls most likely, or possibly Pierre. Much slower download speed, but still pretty good, I would say. For my intents and purposes, it's certainly adequate. I don't think I ever need anything more than that for downloading. Upload. It's interesting that on most of these sites, the upload speed kind of gradually increases as the test progresses. 17 megabits per second upload. Let's try Atlanta. Go over to the other side of the country and see what we get. Not getting anything. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know exactly what these sites send down and what they cause me to send up. Maybe I'm sending some sort of vital personal information from my computer up to them, and they're stashing it away, and someday I'll find myself having robbed a bank in a town that I never even knew existed. Something like that, you know. That's the kind of identity theft thing that would make a subject for a great book after I caught the dirty rat and threw him in jail. A little slower there. So, you know, this is a weekend afternoon, and they're, you know, probably... Now, I think that the reason these tests vary from these different cities to cities is not anything to do with my end or my connection. It has to do with what's going on either at their end or at the nodes that intervene between their end and my end. And you can expect the same sort of thing whenever you use an internet connection speed test. Let's try New York, New York. I might be using that if I upload videos or things like that to McGraw-Hill in the future. McGraw-Hill, my publisher, by the way. You can go to my website, sciencewriter.net, and click on the link Books Available at Amazon, and you will find books that might interest you. Mostly having to do with hobby electronics. Let's see. Well, that's pretty much the way that it goes with this. Let's journey back into intergalactic space for a moment. Transport ourselves to some point outside the Sombrero Galaxy and launch another incognito window. I tend to shut these browsers down and then relaunch them a great deal just because I feel safer that way. Let's go to Webmarks now. That's my online bookmarks. There's my main website, sciencewriter.net, and you can see the links. I will zoom in here for you, give you a better look at them. Books available at Amazon. Welcome to my Amazon homepage, and there you go. If any of these interest you, go ahead and order one. Maybe enough of them will buy me a burger down at Louie's. Louie's just south of Leeds, South Dakota on Highway 85, L-E-A-D in the Black Hills. Louie's, L-E-W-I-E-S. Best burgers this side of the Sombrero Galaxy. So take your internet speed tests with a grain of salt, or in my case, with a grain of salt substitute. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Have a good day. Till next time, so long.